Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Quick look here again at Solana, seeing what's going on. Make this as brief as possible, just because when we talked last night, it did look like we were topping out, kind of getting closer to that resistance level. And at this point, we never established a higher high, so we kind of invalidated any potential for the price action to go further. And what I mean by that is that there's still a likelihood the price can continue lower here, but we are above the cloud. There's a lot of positive contributing factors here. Just be mindful that Bitcoin is up to its typical or usual shenanigans, and we got to be mindful of that because, and again, when Bitcoin pulls back, a lot of altcoins are knee-jerk reacting down because Bitcoin dominance is still pretty high. Okay, so just some things to kind of on the back end there. We'll take a look here as well at liquidation, kind of jump right in. If you're new to the channel though, just know I love to teach people to trade. Hope you can learn something today. CryptoCash.tech is a site link down below, and if you want to become a better trader, obviously fantastic group of folks there. We got a great Discord and a great amount of signals too. And by the way, too, just to kind of clarify with our day trading bot, this is a day trading strategy I have. We are in a short position right now for Solana. Okay, so again, we took a short about $74, and we're so far up about 6% in 20 minutes. Again, that really just tells us that when all my bots start shorting, there's a great chance we're going to start seeing the price action continue in that direction. So I'm not saying that at this point where the sky's going to fall, but you do got to recognize that there's a good chance that the price action may continue lower. However, we're going to look at some supporting factors, such as volume, or in this case, liquidation. So we got a ton of liquidation at about $78, heavy concentration. So a lot of folks are shorting Solana right now, mainly because it keeps retesting that range, but cannot quite pass that level. So there's some confidence there at 78. We can also see the inverse as well, about 65 from some previous longs that got in sometime yesterday. Okay. The reason why this is relevant is just because those are areas that the whales like to focus on and try to sweep. So there's a larger propensity for the price to go up than down at this point, just based on the amount of liquidation at that level. Again, is that a reason to take a trade? No, it's just a contributing factor. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the daily time frame and just kind of see what's going on. I summarized this yesterday, but I can recap if you didn't catch last night's video. Simply put, we're not like massively overextended or pulling back. We're actually consolidating nicely in this little wedge type of pattern. The key takeaway though is that the stochastic RSI is pulling back, and the money flow and the RSI is kind of remaining the same. So that's actually a really good sign. In most cases, you typically see breakouts to the upside for that. You just got to recognize we kind of got some conflicting info here with the MACD diverging still. But once more, the daily time frame is a slower moving average, if you will. It has a lot less things that happen, more things that happen within a 24-hour period, but you don't see those results right away. 4-hour time frame, I think, is probably the best for identifying that. So let's take a quick look here. We're tentatively above all 4 moving averages. That's still a positive sign. We lose a 20-day, then we kind of might need to recalibrate and start thinking different here and recognizing that I'm going to say 71, let's just say $72 is that support level. We got to see how $72 holds, okay? Because again, we are definitely still making lower lows and lower highs. Even though yesterday seemed all well and good and nice and sunshine and rainbows when Bitcoin was cranking, we are starting to pull back along with Bitcoin. And that may not last much longer if 72 doesn't hold. So we lose 72, that's kind of a big deal. Furthermore, stochastic RSI is swinging down. Again, we don't trust the first one. It's typically the second one that we want to pay attention to. So to me, we're not fully dropping, but we're on our way. We're close to 50 on the RSI as well, which can notoriously work as a support, but we will see here soon, obviously, if that works out. If we lose that, we close below that, then it's pretty safe to say the price action might have more likelihood of retesting this lower level at about 68. Okay, a bit of a free fall, but that's potential. MACD is starting to diverge, but hasn't yet. So again, a lot of conflicting information, a lot of things and reasons why I wouldn't feel comfortable taking a long or a short at this point. That's just me personally. Now, the question I get often is, do I leave my long position open? Because most people are long on this coin. I guess the short answer is yes, because Ichimoku Cloud is letting us know that we're on the right side of the tracks here. In fact, most timeframes are letting us know that the trend lines are still continuing up. Okay, so until those trends discontinue, we can presume they're going to. Okay, that's generally the concept. That said, we're above the cloud here, which works as basically it's a series of moving averages that are effectively letting us know we're on the right side there. Lagging span, while it's not intersecting yet, within about 4 or 5 hours it will. So that tells me that our window of opportunity is closing for holding a long position open. Okay, again, and when I say closing, it just means that you probably might want to consider taking some profits. You don't necessarily have to close your whole position. I talk with my community all the time about that because some folks just think that you're all in and you're all out. It's not true. You can add to your position even on leverage, or add to your margin essentially as the price goes a little bit lower for long, for example, and then as you hit your targets. Yes, I said targets. You should have more than one goal in place. You can trim your position by taking 60, 70, 80%. I talk about that in my Discord over here, and there's a Bitunix section kind of explaining how that works. But generally speaking, that's kind of where we're at. Looks like we just took some more profit there from ETH on our day trading bot there. 46 minutes for another 6%. So looking pretty solid on the way down here, but you got to recognize it may not continue much longer. Those day trading signals are smaller time frames, so they're going to find good entries, but you always want to make sure to monitor those. You can't just let them go. Never turn a swing trade or day trade into a swing trade. That's kind of the common theme. All right, again, make sure you don't try to day trade and swing trade concurrently either. A lot of folks do that and they get massively destroyed because of it. Okay, so long story short here, hourly time frame looks decent. 4-hour and daily look somewhat conflicting. To me, that's not a reason to warrant a trade, but it does look like our window of opportunity may be coming closer to an end for the long positions, depending on how things respond right now. We can just stay above this fib level here at about 72.80, roughly 73. We could be in good shape to retest that upper level there to sweep that upper level liquidity at about 77, 78. Okay. Again, a lot of liquidity here, right there at the $78 mark. Okay. So that's $77 to $78. If we get any closer to that, I would expect the price action to continue to launch. Okay. So again, we're kind of right in that little middle ground. I know it's not what you're looking for. It sucks that I have to kind of do this sometimes where I can't give a definitive direction, but you gotta understand when that happens, you're better off staying on the sidelines, letting it happen, and just finding another coin or finding the better opportunity at this coin at a better time. We're not quite there yet, in my personal opinion. All right, I hope that made sense for you. Thanks again for watching. Oh, also to make sure you check out our phenomenal exchange link down below for Bitunix. Really good benefit rewards if you use my link to register. No KYC, no VPN. Most of our community members are loving it, and they're transitioning over from BingX because they have VPN requirements now. Thanks again. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day.